episode of Discovery on your skill bachelor. And today we have an influential president, Mr. Emmanuel Christopher Aguleh. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Aguleh Emmanuel Christopher. I hail from Comr local government area of Abia State, a complete engineering student of Federal Polytechnic.
Wow. You are welcome to your skill bachelor. So we've been waiting for you all the way from your travel to Abakaliki, where you went to bag your award.
Yes, I just came back from the program and it was a successful one indeed.
Wow. Congratulations once again, sir.
Thank you.
So what is the award you went for?
Okay, the award is an award as the most influential student in Southeast Nigeria. That's the award.
Okay, can you a bit tell us more about this particular award?
Alright, the award is of the most influential student. To me, is just a recognition of who has made impact in the area he or she is found. Whatever you are doing, there must be an impact that you have made into the life of people, into the life of students. We are in a student's environment, so you must have made a significant impact to students who are looking up to you for anything, for something. So the award is not just something it's just like honor, to say that this person has done so well in what he or she is doing.
How were you able to make this? Because according to some persons who monitored the vote, there were persons who were far beyond, but all of a sudden you meet up with the highest rank, highest votes in your category. How were you able to make this? And is it because of your influence on students that made them to vote you into this?
Well, all I can say about that voting is this. When it came out, somebody just sent it to me that he nominated me for an award of the most influential students. I was happy about it. I said, okay, wow, that's a nice one. So when the voting started, I just posted on my status, said, as you nominated me, it is your duty as well to do the voting. I will just be there and love it.
So interesting. Exactly, that is true, because for them to have nominated you, they have seen the potential in you, and they also owe you the duty of voting you in.
Yes. Well, all I can say that is that the day I received it, it was just like a surprise to me. I just smiled over it, but I know it's something I must appreciate.
Dedicate the award to.
Number one, I dedicate the award to my only sister, though in lovely memories now, Agatha Christopher. I dedicate the award to her because she is one person that have made so much impact in my life that whatever I'm doing today must be in line with the caution she gave me while growing up as a child.
According to our research, because we've gone through your profile to see your works and what have you done, it came to our notice that you were the one that led, or should I say, organized the Mr. P2B walkout, solidarity walk in Federal Polytechnic.
Yes. It was a mega match anyway, as it's going on every part of Nigeria now. The Labour Party presidential candidate of Nigeria, youths are organizing themselves to campaign for a leader who is to me if I'm to rate, he's the highest leader we've had in Nigeria as of now. So he's a man who has done so well, and to try to make our country work, we must organize something that will give him courage to do more. He has done well, so this is what we need to motivate the other ones while we are making matches for him, to encourage people who don't know about him to go and research about this man we're talking about. So that motivated me, since it's not been done here in Oko. I think think we need to do something like that here so that people who are within here will also know that those that are not visible, those that are not online can hear from, can also know about this candidate of ours, is Mr. Pitobi. So that was my motivation.
How were you able to manage this as a student?
Okay, it's the position of a leader is not something that you just wake up a day and become. It's something that you must have passed through processes. So you know how to manage time. Time management is one factor a leader must know, and managerial profession, something you must know how to manage things you are doing. If we look at the leaders we have today, they have lots of activities that are waiting for them, but they must be very time conscious to manage whatever they are doing. They have their business, they have to attend to the public, they have to attend to their family. So as a student, I know this is the least, this is one of the least offices we will occupy. So we must train ourselves to manage whatever we are doing. So school and what we are doing should never interfere. You place your things. It was done on a Saturday. So normally we don't attend schools on Saturday. So we have to create out a particular day that we can do such a match, so that it doesn't interfere with our school activities.
In terms of finance, how were you able to manage it? The printing of poster, flex, everything that happened on that day.
Okay.
The polo that was shared.
Okay, let me come in here. As a student, I came from one of the industrial cities in Nigeria, which is Aga State. So in Aba, one thing that every man does there is he must be industrious, he must be doing something, even as a student. So as a student here in Federal Polytechnic Koko, I engaged myself with one or two jobs that gives me some money. I have a business shop here where I work and get some money. So that's by the way anyway. But in terms of financing the movement, when I started this idea, when I brought up this idea, the financial funding was the challenge I had. I met with some persons to partner with them, but when I saw that their motive of partnership was not actually what I wanted, was not my focus. They have other selfish interests that they wanted to cover up. But I said no, this is against what I'm working on. So I shouldn't work with this kind of people. So I came back to myself. I went to another set of persons. They were not ready to sponsor. I came back to myself. Well, how can't I'm not involved. Can't I do these things? I met with those that will do the printing for me. I met with the printing guy. How far? See what I want to do. How can you do it for me? Remember, this is what we are doing for our country. Nobody is sponsoring me. Give me a discount. So he gave me a discount. I went to that person. When I went to the DJ, something applied. I told him, Mr. Man, see, this is what I'm doing for the country. Nobody is paying me. As you can see, you have known me for all these years. So I'm not doing it for anybody. Nobody is paying me. So he gave me a discount. That was how I was able. Although some students, I must not forget, some students gave their support to. Some persons sent me little money to sponsor it. But the money they sent, they contributed to, let me call it 30 or 40% of the money we spent. I met many consultations. When I started the movement, some persons called me from Oka and they are B2B support group headquarters. I went to see them. So they gave me some support. They gave me the polo we shared. They gave me 12 polo, which we shared that day.
Based on the mobilization, sir, you've talked about so many things and how you were able to put things together, both financially and otherwise. How were you able to pull out this number of persons as a leader?
Okay, when this movement started, I didn't see it something hard to mobilize students, because we have done things of this kind before. We've done something that students came out in mass. One of the movements when I went to Oka to see the B2B coordinators of Anambra State, So they were asking me how have you planned to bring students? Because this is something students, once they hear the term politics, they will all their aim will be that at the end there will be stipends. So they were asking me how is it possible? How can you do it? I just told them this is Federal Polytechnic Ogo and this is my school. I know how best to handle it. So they were still conscious. They were requesting for me to give them the numbers of governmental presidents. Told them, don't worry, this is my job. I know how best to do it. Mobilizing students is not something hard. It's something we've done often and often. So I just have to. There are, in every institution, in every organization, in every setting, there are persons that have influence. And when you call on a social person, this is what we want to do. This is what I want you to do for me. As a leader, one thing you must know that you doesn't work alone. You must work with persons who also have the vision you have. So I call them, this is what I want us to do. This is what I want us to do. How can we be able to bring students that in? So they told me that one is not a problem. So to me, when we came out that day, the crowd was massive. Even me, I was surprised because I didn't do much effort as it's supposed to be. I didn't do much effort to bring students. I didn't promise students of anything. They know the slang of Mr. Pitobi. They said, they give shishi. So with them coming out, they already know that at the end nothing is going to anybody. So maybe the crowd was much that day, and maybe that's, to me, I think that was how they saw the influence. Maybe that's why they nominated me for the award of the most special student. So it wasn't a big job for me because I know I've known many students. I've been in the school for a little while now who have done things with a lot of students. That's how it was easier for me.
So how were you able to manage stress in that situation?
The stress was much anyway, but I must appreciate there's a lady that assisted me the things I did. Her name is Igwe. She's this girl that stood with me all through the planning processes. When I went to Oka, she went with me. She think with her the stress was not that much because she took part in most of the things that we did, and she did very well. That was how with her, and with some other persons I might not be able to mention all of their names. The stress was reduced.
It was indeed a success because the match baffles everyone to have believed that you are the brain behind the match. A lot of students who came out for that doesn't even know who sponsored, how did it come out, what's the mastermind of it, but they know they just smashed.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah. The students didn't know. When some of my friends told them this is who organized this match, they were surprised. They were like, how? Because to them maybe I might look small, but what they don't really know is it doesn't matter. Leadership doesn't matter your size or who you know. It matters how determined you are, how disciplined you are. You have kept yourself.
Now that brings us to the next question I need to ask you about leadership. How can you tell me about your leadership experiences and your leadership positions?
Oh, okay. Leadership. I can say about leadership. One thing I keep telling people, you don't need to occupy any position before you become a leader. You don't need to occupy any maybe elected or appointed office before you can count yourself as a leader. Leadership is a character. Leadership is a character, it's not a position. So if you can check my leadership positions, I've not held too many leadership positions. When I came to, let me start from Federal Polytechnic. When I came to Federal Polytechnic, I didn't, throughout my national diploma, I didn't hold any office at all. I can just say that I've been the sergeant active of local staff of Federal Polytechnic, which from there I became the public image chief. Now, it is currently now, and I'm also the National Assistant Secretary of National Association of Private State Students. That's all I can say about leadership. I can say in the church In the religious sections, I've held some positions there. In the secular world, I've just been these ones I've just listed out.
What is your leadership experience?
Leadership experience, the word leader, I said is character. But leading the public, I can say, is one of the hardest things you can encounter in life. Leading the public. I'm a businessman. I've interacted with people. I work for people with different mentality, different upbringing. So, from your day-to-day activities, interacting with these kind of persons will give you a mentality that, see, this life is not as you think it is. There are persons that came up with from another background, so you must adjust your own understanding, your own mentality to fit in their own before they can agree to work with you. Yeah. You must be compatible with people you are leading. So leadership is not a joke, it's not a child's play.
Wow.
You must be ready to take up the mantle.
That's so interesting. Having known that leadership is not all about the position you occupy, but rather the character you have embedded in you.
Yes.
Now, what are the advice you have to give to persons who think they can lead? I mean, persons who politically or who are politically motivated, who wants to occupy one or two leadership positions.
Okay, I was speaking. Somebody met me sometime ago that he wants to contest also position. The first thing I asked him a question. I asked him, "Are you an emotional person? Are you always sometimes? Do you get offended if people talk to you anyhow?" He said yes. I told him then, better don't go for any position, because it is one thing. Just like in marriage, they say offenses will come. In leadership, people will talk to you anyhow. People will bash you anyhow, anyway. So one thing I must tell people who want to buy any position is this: you must be somebody who can accommodate indifferences. Because you are leading people from different background, different mindset, different understanding, from different families. Even in a family of one father, one mother, they still have a misunderstanding. Can you check when people from different families come together to do one thing? See that they will not be thinking the same thing. So you must be ready to accept people the way they are. That's one thing. You must get yourself ready before you think of going for any position. That's one thing. Secondly, I must tell you, leadership is, before you go for any position, it doesn't matter if you have the money or not. Money is not a requisite for going for any position. The factor here is, are you ready to do the job? Just like in our country today, Nigeria, we see a man like Mr. Peter. You can see the man has changed the political understanding of youth to tell you that it's not all about who is sharing money. It is a man who, from listening to him already, even if you have money to convince somebody else, you will use the money and convince that person. Because if you hear him tell you, look at what I've done, you will be motivated enough to go and convince another person. That is what makes you leader. It's not all about who you pay to convince. From looking at you, whoever you are campaigning to should be convinced enough that this person can do this job. That is it.
Having seen your leadership quality, your experiences, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a leader?
Okay, the next 5 years I must have graduated from Federal Polytechnic Coco as one. 2, I see myself fully participating in the politics of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I see myself participating because one thing that captivates my mind from the speech of this that we keep talking about is, there's one statement he made. He said, in all you do in life, never leave governance in the hands of the least in the society. So to me, I see it as persons who have attended leadership trainings. We must not leave politics, we must not leave governance of the country, the state, the local government, every sector of the politics of Nigeria. We must not leave it in the hands of the least in the society, people who doesn't know anything, who just know politics as a medium of making money. So we must engage ourselves to put in the best so that we can change the political mindset of people in our country.
It's indeed a pleasure having you in our studio today.
Thank you very much. I am grateful.
This is yours, Give Opportunity. Please like, subscribe, and always follow us on Facebook.